Om Bhagishantya Sumanasakha Sarvartharam Upakrame Yam Natva Kritakritya Asyuhutam Namami Gajananam Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Yoginam Vishwanathakyam Asmattarata Swarupinam Atmalabhat Param Labham Vaktaram Nakadachana Gita-Grantakartaram Shri Gurum Pranamamyaham Yontah Pravishyame Vacham Dhrutim Buddhim Prachodayat Om Namah Sababhyas Sabapatibhyascha Vo Namaha. Friends, today as the 7th session of the Sanatana Dharma series, I am going to be taking you to a topic which is important to understand Sanskrit poetry. We are doing a lot of Sanskrit shlokas and various presentations on Vedanta, but the Sanskrit shlokas are sometimes of different meters naturally, and it is better to know something about these meters in order to appreciate the Sanskrit shlokas, and also that will give you an easy way, methodology to get by heart these shlokas. The most common meter in Sanskrit poetry is called the Anushtup meter. This started long ago with Valmiki when he wrote the Ramayana. Before that, whether the Anushtup meter was there or not, I do not know. But he started the shloka type, the shloka that every shloka in Sanskrit has 4 quarters. 4 quarters. First, second, third and fourth. Now, the Anushtup meter is the simplest meter. For this, we have to know first of all, for all understanding of all meters, we have to know first of all what is the long syllable and what is the short syllable. L denotes the long syllable and S denotes the short syllable in Sanskrit. That is what we are using when we are talking in English. Normally, all short vowels, A, I, U, R, L, they are short vowels. All long vowels, A, I, U, R, these are long vowels. Also, any short vowel followed by an anuswara, lam, like that, they are long vowels. Any short vowel followed by the visarga, aha, saha, taha, like that, that is also considered as long. Any short vowel followed by a double consonant, that is afterwards, the next word starts with a double consonant, that short vowel is considered to be long. But there are some exceptions to this. This is very technical. It is given here. We can understand it when the need arises. Of course, at the end of a pada means quarter. At the end of a quarter, whether it is short or long, it is sometimes taken to be short, sometimes optionally it is also taken to be long. So now, the rule for the Anushtup Vritta is given in slide 2 here. The rule that is, you can see the table, and this table shows each syllable, each pada has 8 syllables in an Anushtup meter. In the 8 syllables, the 5th syllable is always short. 5th syllable in the first quarter, 5th syllable in the second quarter, 5th syllable in the third, 5th syllable in the fourth. It's a short. The 6th syllable is always long. So 5th and 6th are short and long. And then in the second quarter and the fourth quarter, the 7th syllable also is short. This thing is given in terms of a shloka itself as a rule. So that formula is in the third slide, Panchamam Laguzarvatra Saptamam Dvichaturthayoham Shashtam Guru Vijaniyat Guru means long, and Laghu means short. So, Shashtam Guru Vijaniya, the sixth one is always long. Etat Shlokasya Lakshanam. So, Shloka has a lot of flexibility, these Anushtup Shlokas, except for the fifth, sixth, and the seventh in some cases, in the second quarter and fourth quarter. Except for that, completely there is flexibility, and that is why most of our scriptural literature, the entire Ramayana, the entire Mahabharata, Bhagavad Gita, 75% of all writing is in the Anushtup meter. In fact, we are told that they were conversing in this kind of Anushtup shlokas. That is how they were doing that. So you see here, example, just I am giving you two examples, standard examples of the Anushtup meter shlokas. This is in slide number 3. Guru, we know the shloka, Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwaraham, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaham. So I have broken this in terms of the syllables. Gu, Ru, Brahma. You see, a syllable in Sanskrit must contain a vowel. So when you write it in English, it will have 3 letters or 4 letters of the English alphabet. The point is there will be only one vowel, one English vowel, A, E, I, O, U. So that will help us to know what is the Sanskrit syllable. Gu, Ru, Brahm. So now you see, you count now, Gu, Ru, Brahm, Ma. So fourth, then fifth syllable is Gu. That Gu is short. And then Rur Vishnu, Gurur Vishnu, Rur Vishnu. Whenever a thing ends with a double consonant, you see the double consonant there, Rur Vishnu. Ra and Va follows the U. So that is long. So that is short and long. Fifth and sixth, short and long. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara. When you go to the second quarter, again the fifth and sixth are short and long. Ma, He. So I have given you as I have shown it to you in black, bold thing. Maheshwara, Ma, He. He is long, right? And Va is short. You see, Hesh is long because A is always long. Anyway, it is followed by Ish. So, Heshwaraha, Maheshwaraha. Guru Sakshat Param Brahma. Param. Pa is short. Ram is long. Ram is long. Guru Sakshat Param Brahma. Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Rave. Ra is short. Ve is long. Na is short. You see, the fourth quarter, seventh syllable should be short. You see, look at the wonderful, it's a wonderful arrangement. All Anushtup shlokas, there are thousands and millions of such shlokas all over the Sanskrit literature as well as scriptural texts. All the Anushtup shlokas follow this rule. Look at the next standard shloka. Shri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame. Look at the syllables. Shri, Ra, Ma, Ra. So these are all flexible, therefore we don't worry about what they are. But then you come to Ma and Ra, short and long. Similarly, when you come to second quarter, Sri Rama Rama Rameti, that is first quarter. By the way, if you count, you will have 8 syllables. Shri Rama Rama Rameti, 8. So that is how it is 32 syllables. Always it will be there, and you can do all these 5th, 6th, etc. You can count and they will follow the same rule. And the beauty of all this is, I told you the formula of the Anushtup shloka. In the third slide you have that there. Panchamam Lagu Sarvatra Saptamam, just upar. In the third slide, Panchamam Lagu Sarvatra Saptamam Dvichaturtayo. That is itself in Anushtup meter. That is the beauty. The definition of the shloka, of the Anushtup meter, is given in an Anushtup shloka, and you can check it there. So in order for you to be able to check it, I have broken it into syllables just below that. Pan, cha, mam, la, gu. Gu is the 5th syllable, it is short. Sar, because it is a double consonant followed. Sarva. So sar is long. Panchamam lagu sarvatra. Saptamam dvi chaturtayoho. Cha is short. Tur is long because it is followed by a double consonant, and tha is short. Right? So this follows. So that is the beauty. The definition itself is given in that kind of sloka. So anyway, this is the Anushtup meter. This is all your Vishnu Sahasranam, Lalita Sahasranam, all the Sahasranamas, all the Ashtotras, so many, the entire Sanskrit literature. In fact, the whole of the Ramayana, probably 80%, is in that type of shloka. Now we come to the longer meters. This is what I want to explain today with a little elaborately. The longer meters are calibrated in terms of triads. That is, 3 syllables are taken together as a triad of syllables. So the triad is calculated. So for each triad there is a form, there is a prescription. So for example, I will go to the slide number 4 and go to that Indra Vajra business, second name of the meter, Indra Vajra. In Upendra Vajra I have there, but go to Indra Vajra, the second one there. So that Indra Vajra, for example, Vasamsi, so I have given you example number 3 there. Vasamsi jirnani yatha vihaya. This is a Gita sloka. Vasamsi jirnani yatha vihaya navani grinnati naro paradi. You see now, the very meter, the very recitation of it changes. According to the meter, the recitation will change. If you have enough practice with the different meters, you will know how to recite it. And if you know how to recite a particular meter in a standard way, that will help you to remember the Sanskrit shlokas. That is why I am bringing these meters here in the Vedanta class. So here, Vasamsi jirnani yatha vihaya. So this has 11 syllables. All these in slide number 4, all of them have 11 syllables in each quarter. Anushtup meter had only 8 syllables in each quarter. In the slide 4 examples, they all have 11 syllables. The 11 syllables, there are different meters. So I am now talking about the Indra Vajra meter. Vasamsi jirnani yatha vihaya. Va, sam, si. Va, sam, si. 3 syllables. This is a triad. Long, short. So that is what is shown on the left hand side there. LLS. In English, LLS. Long, short. Yes. And then Vasamsi jirnani. Jir is long. Ji itself is long. Jirnani. Long, yes. So first the triad is also LLS. Second triad also is LLS. Then come on. Vasamsi jirnani yatha vihaya. Yatha vi. Yatha vi. So short, long, short. Short, long, short is there. SLS is there. And then finally, vihaya. What did I say? Vasamsi jirnani yatha vi. So ha, ha is long, ya is short, but earlier there is a rule I said, at the end of the pada, short and long can be optional. So you see, this Vasamsi jirnani yatha vihaya follows the peculiar rule, LLS, SLS, LL. And the beauty is, you may ask, sir, how do you remember all these things? How does anybody remember this SLS business? I mean, in Sanskrit, how did the Pandits, Sanskrit Pandits remember this? For that, they have a beautiful formula. You see here, I have also written in red letters, red color, ta, ja, gu. This is a formula. What formula is this? In order to understand this, go to that formula called Yamatara Jabhana Salaga. This is under the 6th slide, last thing. Yamatara Jabhana Salaga. This is this one thing, one formula, as a magic mantra, if you remember, then everything you can remember. Everything about the meter you can remember. What does it mean? It builds into it the memory rule for 8 different triads. Look at the triads. In a triad there are 3 syllables. Each syllable can be either short or long. So a triad can be in 8 different ways. You see, 2 into 2 into 2, 8 different ways. These 8 different things are given a name. One is called Yagana, another is called Magana, and that is what this Yamata Raja Bhanasalaga says. So if you remember Yamata Raja Bhanasalaga, Yamata is Yagana. That is short, long, long. Ma is long, Ta is long, Ya is short. Short, long, long. So that is called Yagana. Similarly, Matara is called Magana. That is long, long, long. Matara. So that way, all the 8 triads have a name, have an identification, and what is that exactly? You remember only Yamata Raja Bhanasalaga. So what is Bhagana? When you say what is Bhagana, you go to Yamata Raja Bhanasalaga, Bana Sa, Bana Sa. Ba is long, Na is short, the Sa is short. So long, short, short is Bhagana. So this way they remember. So now you come back to slide 4, and where we have this Indra Vajra. For Indra Vajra, the definition, the sloka, there is a sloka which tells you the definition of Indra Vajra. It ends as follows: Syadindra Vajra tatajas tataugo. In the 4th slide, example number 4. Syadindra Vajra tatajas tataugo. That is, the tatajas tataugo gives you the definition. Ta, ja. So, there is a tagana. There is a Tagana, there is a Jagana. Tagana, you know what it is? What is Tagana? Yamata Raja Bhanasalaga Taraja. So long, long, short. So long, long, short. You can see the English definition. So another Tagana, long, long, short. And then Jagana. What is Jagana? Yamata Raja Jabana. Short, long, short. So short, long, short, SLS. And then Gau, Tato, Gau. Gau means 2 times Ga. Ga, Guru. Guru is long. Lagu is short. So when it is short of a triad, if there are not 3 syllables, it is always given in terms of short and long. So Gu, Gau, 2 Gus, 2 Gurus. So that is long, long. So that is the formula for Indra Vajra. So remember that Syadindra Vajra, and look at the Syadindra Vajra tatajas tataugo. That itself is that Indra Vajra meter. So you can see the Vasam Sijirnani Yatha Vihaya in Kalidasa, you know, was a dud before that marriage to that great lady. This is the story. Nobody knows what is the authority for this, but this is the legend about the great Kalidasa. And she was a great scholar. She was almost a princess. And he was married to her, and she said he was such a dud. He did not know anything. She said, you go to Kali temple and pray to her. That is where he went there, and he prayed that he should be also a scholar like his wife. And he got the blessing from Kali, and instantaneously he became a great poet, and he did that Shyamala Dandakam and praised the goddess and went back to his home to see his wife. As soon as he walked in, she asked him, have you got the meaning of words now? For that she asked in Sanskrit, Kaschidartha Vagartha. Kaschidartha Vagartha. Which means, have you got the meaning of walk? Walk is speech. Artha means meaning of speech. Kaschiti means, have you got it? Question. Artha means the meaning of all those things. Kaschidartha Vagartha. And he said, I have done 3 kavyas. Right? So, one beginning with Kashchit, another beginning with Vagartha and Kaschit Artha Vyagartha. So this Kaschit begin, Kumara Sambhava Kavya begins with Kaschit word. Vagartha, the Kumara Kaschidasti Kaschidasti Asti Kaschid Vagartha, she asked. I'm very sorry. Asti Kaschid Vagartha, she asked. See, I have to know more Sanskrit in order to be fluent on this. Asti Kaschid Vagartha. Asti, he started Kumara Sambhava Kavya with word Asti. Astyuttarasyam Dishidevatatma. That itself is in Indra Vajra meter. It is given as number 1 here. Astyuttarasyam Dishidevatatma Himalayo Namanagadhirajagam. So a whole Kavya begins with Asti. Vagartha, the whole Kavya of Raghuvamsha begins with Vagartha. Vagartha vivasam praktau Vagartha pratipattaye. This is the first sloka of Raghuvamsha. The Raghuvamsha Kavya, where he discusses the lineage of ancestry of Rama from Raghu downwards. Raghu, Dilipa, Aja, and then Dasharatha, and then Rama, and then Rama's children. So in 17 chapters, he discusses all these things. That is Raghuvamsha. It begins with Vagartha. Vagartha vivasam praktau. Just as the Parvati Parameshwara, they are linked together, interlinked, just as speech and its meaning are interlinked. You see, speech and meaning. When you say a table, the table is already there in your mind. The table, meaning of the word table, like that. When you say a word, its meaning is built into it. You cannot separate the meaning, the word and its meaning. Like that, Parvati Parameshwara, or you cannot separate them. So, Vagartha vivasam praktau, Vagartha pratipattaye. And why do we propitiate them? Vagartha pratipattaye. In order to obtain the meanings of words, in order to attain a comprehension of the language. Vagartha pratipattaye jagatah pitaro vande Parvati Parameshwaro. We say that. So I have done that kavya. And Asti Kaschit Vagartha. Kaschit, he begins another kavya with the word Kaschit. Kaschit Kanta, you are going to get that sloka as an example of a different meter. So each of a different meter. You see, Astyuttarashyam Dishidevatatma, that is Indra Vajra. This Vagartha Vivasam Praktau is Anushtup meter. Kaschit Kanta is going to come. You will see that. So this is how Kalidasa replied to her when she asked Asti Kaschit Vagartha, when she asked that. Anyway, this is about the Indra Vajra meter. Now we will not spend too much time on the other meters, but I want to draw your attention to one or two other interesting meters. For example, Namostu Ramaya Salakshmanaya Devyai Chatasya Janakatmajaye. Slide number 4, example number 4 in the first row. Right? Namostu Ramaya. This is a standard shloka in Valmiki Ramayana. In the beginning of Valmiki Ramayana, there are beginning shlokas. We recite them before we start Ramayana. Namostu Ramaya Salakshmanaya. Actually, this is a shloka within Valmiki Ramayana. In Sundarakanda, Hanuman, when he is almost depressed after he goes through the Antapura of Ravana and did not find Sita, he is totally depressed. Oh boy, what is it? When am I going to see Sita or not? And then he prays to Rama. Namostu Ramaya Salakshmanaya Devyai Chatasya Janakatmajaye. That shloka, if you analyze, Namostu, Na is short, Mo is long, Tu is short, SLS, so it goes like that, SLS, LLS like that. It is called Upendra Vajra. There is not much difference between Upendra Vajra and Indra Vajra. You see, only the first thing. That begins with S, this begins with L. So that is it. Anyway, look at the third example, third meter, Rathodhata. Yatra yatra raghunatha kirtanam tatra tatra kritamastakam jalim. This is also a shloka on the Lord Hanuman. Yatra yatra. You see, you have to, when you know the meter, you have to recite it. I don't know enough music, but the meter itself brings me a certain rhyme. Yatra yatra raghunatha kirtanam. So Rathodhata meter, that is like the chariot goes, Rathodhata meter. So yatra, LSL, yatra yatra, yat. Yat is long because it is followed by a double consonant. Yatra. So yat is wrong. Ra is short. Again yat. So LSL. So you can see that. Yatra raghunatha kirtanam. That is Raghuthodhata. There is a Shalini meter, but I will go to other bigger meters now. Go to the meter which has 12 syllables. The next set in slide number 5. It is a very interesting meter. I mean, I am not telling you all of the Sanskrit meters here. Only I am giving you probably 1% of the sample of Sanskrit meters. I myself know only that much. The first example here I have given is Bhujanga Prayata. Bhujanga Prayata. Bhujanga is snake. Prayata is the movement of the snake. Snake movement is like this. Right? Now look at this sloka. Sada Rama Rameti Rama Amritam Te. Sada Rama Rameti Rama Amritam Te. And then another example. Kumaresha Suno Guhaskanda Sena Pate Shakti Pate Mayura Diruda. This is Subramanya Bhujangam. That is, look at the syllables. Ku, Ma, Re, SLL. And then again Kumare, Sha, Su, Nu. Again SLL. Again SLL. There are 4 times SLL, 12 syllables. So 4 times SLL. So the Sanskrit grammar, which tells you the definition of this, how does it say that? It says, and the definition is given in the third example there. Bhujanga prayatas chaturdhir yakarai. Bhujanga prayatas chaturdhir yakarai. That is, Bhujanga prayata is here 4 yakaras. This is the definition. What is yakara? What is yagana? Yamata Raja Bhavana Salaga. Yamata is SLL. So 4 times SLL. SLL, 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 SLL. That is Bhujanga Prayata. So Bhujanga Prayata. SLL, 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 SLL. So Bhujanga Prayata. So look, this is to, unless you get into Sanskrit literature and see these Sanskrit poetical meters, it's a wonderful thing. Traditionally, we have got all these things, and many people are not studying Sanskrit, and they will never be able to appreciate these things. Here is another. Druta Vilambita. Druta Vilambita. Druta Vilambita means going slowly. Right? Varapara Asharagotra Samudbhavam Nigamakalpatarorgalitam Phalam. The first one is somewhere in a Ramana's work. The second one is a Bhagavatam sloka. There are many slokas you can find out. I have given only 2 examples, and it is called Druta Vilambitam. Anyway, now you come to another important Vasanta Tilaka. Go to the 14 syllable slokas. You see, 14 syllable slokas. Vasanta Tilaka is a very popular meter, in the sense that many poets use that. The definition is Tabaja Go Go. It's there. And it is Tabaja, all those things. It is, the English triad is also given. So earlier, in our Dhruva Stuti, we had 12 slokas. All the slokas are of Vasanta Tilaka meter. Tvam Nitya Mukta Parishuddha Vibuddha Atma. Tvam Nitya Mukta. So you can see that LLS. Tvam, Twa. Tvam, one syllable. Tvam, Nitya, LLS. One can actually examine it carefully. You have to sit down and study this and examine. Tvam Nitya Mukta Parishuddha Vibuddha Atma. This is a Vasanta Tilaka meter. Okay, now go to the slide 6, the Mandakranta meter. Mandakranta, it is slow moving thing. This is, I told you Kalidasa did the Megha Sandesha Kavya. beginning with the Kaschit word. All the shlokas are of this meter, Mandakranta meter. He chose this meter perhaps. You see, the Mega Sandesha Kavya, the content is, it's a lover. He has been jailed and he is somewhere there. He sends a message to his lady love through the clouds. The clouds are moving slowly. He is in Ujjain, she is in Ujjain someplace, he is in a different place. So the clouds are moving. So the clouds are taking his message slowly. Kashit Kanta Viraha Guruna Swadhikarat Pramattaha. That is the example given. I am giving you here. If you look at it, it is slowly going, and the definition in English, triad, is given. Slide number 6, first example. Kashit Kanta Viraha Guruna. And anyway, though all of you may not have studied Mega Sandesham, but I can tell you another shloka which is very common. Shantakaram Bhujagasayanam Padmanabham Suresham. This is Mandakranta. Try to say Shantakaram very fast, it's not possible. Shantakaram Bhujagasayanam Padmanabham Suresham. You cannot say that. It doesn't, it's jarring. Shantakaram Bhujagasayanam Padmanabham Suresham. Mandakranta meter goes like this always. So this is 17 syllables. 17 syllables. Shantakaram Bhujagasayanam Padmanabham Suresham. 17 syllables. Right? So on the whole, in one shloka, there will be 68 syllables. Now look further in slide number 6. The entire Saundarya Lagari is in Shikarini meter. Shiva Shaktya Yukto Yadi Bhavati Shakta Prabhavitam. The definition is given on the left hand side. I am not spending time on showing you how the SLL, LLL, all those things come. Now come to the 19 syllable shlokas. There are many shlokas of this type. You yourself know a lot. Yakundendu Dusharakara Davalaya Shubhravastra. Many Sanskrit prayer shlokas are of this meter. It is called Shardula Vikriditam. Why it is called Shardula Vikriditam beats me. Shardula means tiger. Tiger's play. Vikriditam means play of tiger. So, you must ask a Sanskrit Pandit why this name is given to this meter. Anyway, Yakundendu Sharakara Davala Yashubhravastra Vratam, or Dakshinamurti Stotram. Vishwam Darpana Drishyamana Nagari Tulyam Nijam Targatam Pashyan Atmani Mayaya Bhakriyod Bhutam Yata Nidraya Yas Sakshat Kurute Prabhota Samaye Swatmanameva Tvayam Tasmai Shri Gurumurtaye Namayidam Shri Dakshinamurtaye Shardula Vikriditam meter. It is a 19. Another 21 syllable meter. You know this again. In Vishnu Sahasranamam, in the Dhyana Shloka, Kshirodanvat Pradeshe Shuchimani Vilasat Saikatair Muktikanam. You see, it's a long thing, 21 syllables. And if you analyze it, you will see the triad analysis as given here, LLL like this. Right? So that is the Shraddhara meter. Shraddhara meter. We are seeing the Narayaniyam shlokas. In the Narayaniyam shlokas, most of shlokas are in this meter, Shraddhara meter. And then, before I conclude this discussion, I have not told you everything about meters. Before I conclude, I would like to tell you something, some interesting thing which will stick to your mind. Some of us would know the Ravana Krita Shivatandava Stotram. Jatakataka Sambrama Brahmannilimpa Nijari Vilola Vichi Vallari Virajamana Murdani. This has to be said only in this way. It's a beautiful sloka. Dagat Jalalata Pattapavake Kishora Chandra Shekare Rati Pratikshanam Mama. It appears Ravana did this Shivatandava Stotra. This stotra. This is the first shloka of that. Now, the meter is called, what is this called? Panchachamara meter. Why, I have not written it here. Why Panchachamara meter? Because if you look at it carefully, Jataka, S-L-S, Jataka, Tahasam, Tahasam, again L-S-L, now it is L-S-L. Then if you look at it, S-L-S, that is, it goes like this, S-L-S, L-S-L, again S-L-S, again L-S-L, again S-L-S, then S. So, there are 5 times S-L-S, L-S-L, S-L-S, L-S-L, SL, it goes like that. So, it is called Panchachamara meter. More than that, it is easier to understand it another way. Look at this. Jata Kataha Sambrahma Jata, short long. Kata, short long. Hasam, short long. Brahma, short long. It goes like that. SL, short long, short long, short long, short long, short long. It goes like that. So, there are, this is a, so 5 times 3, 4, is a 16 syllable for each quarter. This 16 is given as 5 into 3, Panchachamara, and then an S. But this 16 goes like short long, short long, short long, beautifully. Jata Kata Sambrahma Brahmanni Limpa Nirjari. Similarly, Dagat 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 Jolallalata Pattapavake. So just like that. This is a beautiful. In fact, though many of us may not know the Ravana Krita Shivatandava Stotram, but we know something else. Mudakarattamodakam sada vimukti sayakam. Subbulakshmi has sung this stotra on Vinayaka. This stotra is a Vinayaka stotra. It goes by this. Mudakarattamodakam sada vimukti sayakam. SL, 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 SL. Mudakarattamodakam sada vimukti sadakam. It goes like that. So, it is that one. One final example. That final example is this. Yes, yes. You see, it's a... I will tell you the shloka, then you will perhaps get me. Athava mama bhagya viplava dashani kalpita yesha vedasam. In Raghuvamsha, each sarga, each chapter has a different meter. This, I think, is at the 8th chapter, I think so, I think 7th or 8th. This is called Aja Vilapa Sarga. Aja is Dasharatha's father. And he loses his wife very suddenly, almost immediately after marriage, right, after Dasharatha was born. And therefore he almost weeps in the park where he was sitting. It was a romantic mood, and in that romantic mood he loses her. She suddenly is lost. So the whole sarga, the whole adhyaya is in this meter. This meter is called Viyogini meter. Parting meter, Viyogini meter. And what is this meter? Athava mama bhagya viplava, athava, short, long. Mama bhag, short, long. Bhagya viplava, it becomes SLS and L. So here, this is a meter. Athava ma bhagya viplava. Right, 10. But when you look at the second quarter, it will be 11. That is, so long we were discussing shlokas which had the same number of syllables in each quarter. There are also other shlokas. They are called Vishamavritta, Asamavritta, like this. This is one example. Here, the first quarter has 10, second quarter has 11, third quarter has 10. So 10, 11, 10, 11 syllables. And they go in this particular order. It is called Viyogini meter. Kalidasa has chosen this for that Vilapa Sarga. It looks as if the name itself is Viyogini. Viyogini, parting, like that. Virahatapam, like that. So, I have told you a very, very small inkling of what Sanskrit meters are, and these will help us just now and then to identify certain slokas in a particular way and recite them and remember them, because the meter itself will help you to remember certain slokas. Lokas samasta sukhino bhavantu.